Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 4.
A snowstorm is sweeping through the area, possibly bringing dangerous conditions to your evening commute. Our First Alert Storm team has been keeping you informed throughout the day, so let's go to meteorologist Nathan Hopper for the latest. Hey, Nathan.
Yeah, hey Callie, it's slippery out there, it's greasy, all the words you can use to describe these roads because it has been snowing since about lunchtime in the metro. And looking at North Dakota's road conditions, notice a lot of pink on that map. The pink there indicates snow-covered roadways, and so that basically is I-29 from Canada all the way down to South Dakota through Wahpeton, Breckenridge in the metro, in Grand Forks, in Devil's Lake, seeing some snow on the roadways as well. So definitely want to take some extra time and be careful out there on those roadways. Even seeing some scattered ice there outside of Valley City and some outside of Jamestown as well in Stutsman County. Then in Minnesota, also seeing quite a few areas of some snow-covered roadways. This is actually not quite updated yet, but we do have even more snow-covered roadways through Thief River Falls, through Detroit Lakes as well. So especially in western Minnesota, still want to take caution on those roadways. Winter weather advisory continues until 6 a.m. on Wednesday, and just this afternoon, the National Weather Service did extend this winter weather advisory to the Canadian border through Lake of the Woods County, Roseau County, for still some roadways that could be slippery through the overnight hours. Here's how things look on that radar, seeing that snowfall continuing across most of our viewing area. It looks like things are pretty quiet right now in Devil's Lake, but of course, Callie, we'll talk about how much longer we can expect this snowfall to continue, and then of course look ahead to the new year coming up in a couple minutes.
All right, we look forward to it. Thanks, Nathan. And here's a look at today's top 4 at 4. A man who escaped from the Ottertail County Jail 6 months ago is now back behind bars. 39-year-old Terry Sanso was arrested after police found him while searching a house in Wadena. Officers also found over 200 grams of meth and 650 pills, which they say have a street value of over $22,000. Sanso was put back into the Ottertail County Jail. The Wadena County Attorney's Office is reviewing possible charges. And some Fargo businesses could face penalties for disobeying public health rules. Police Chief David Zabolski says 4 reports have been sent to the Liquor Control Board for COVID-19 violations at area bars and restaurants. Zabolski says of the 4, 3 of those reports are for repeat offenders. A decision as to what will happen next will be made at the next City Commission meeting on January 20th. And the search is still on for 17-year-old Kiera from Dilworth. Her mom says she is 4 months pregnant and might be with her boyfriend. She is 5 foot 5 inches tall, about 210 pounds, with brown eyes and short brown hair. She also has tattoos on her arms and fingers and has a nose ring and 2 lip piercings. We also spoke with Dilworth Police this morning, who urge you to contact them if you have any information. Their number is listed on your screen. And President Trump's demand for a larger stimulus check was rejected by the Republican-led Senate today, but there may be a path forward for those hoping for more money. We'll have the latest from Capitol Hill coming up in just a minute. That wraps up today's Top 4 at 4. Now here are some of the rest of your top stories for today. So just a reminder to be careful on those slippery roads. Earlier today, authorities in Fargo went to an overturned 18-wheeler just west of Davies High School. Emergency officials on scene say the truck was in neutral and tipped over. There is still no word on any injuries at this time. And this winter weather isn't all bad. Those chilly temps mean one good thing for ice skaters. Outdoor rinks in Moorhead are now open. The city says the rinks at Hasman Park and Morningside Park are now open for people to enjoy. Those rinks will be lit from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The city says the rest of the rinks are having snow removed and being checked for any cracks or weak spots before they can open. And the Minnesota Department of Health started accepting January 2021 COVID-19 appointments at several testing sites across the state. Each site, which includes one in Moorhead, Crookston, and Wadena, offers testing at no cost to participants. If you'd like to sign up, go to health.state.mn.us. And it's a picture we're starting to see far too often. Ice castles and UTVs going through the ice. Take a look at this. The Tri-State Dive Team says in early December they pulled a Honda four-wheeler, a fish house, another UTV, and an ice castle that dropped through the Otter Tail County ice. The team says the ice was not thick enough to get the UTV and Ice Castle out of the water, but they hope to this Saturday. And President-elect Joe Biden is just 3 weeks away from moving into the Oval Office, and today he continues to lay out his vision to fight the coronavirus pandemic. Members of the Senate are now locked into a battle over raising stimulus payments and handing President Trump his first veto override. Skylar Henry is on Capitol Hill with more.
Today, President-elect Joe Biden addresses the ongoing COVID crisis from Delaware.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Earlier, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris and her husband Doug Emhoff received their first dose of the Moderna coronavirus vaccine.
I urge everyone, when it is your turn, get vaccinated. It's about saving your life, the life of your family members, and the life of your community.
The Senate is back in session one day after the House voted to increase stimulus payments and override the president's veto of the National Defense Bill.
Is there objection to the original?
I object.
Senate Democrats objected to the majority leader's motion to set up a veto override for Wednesday, likely pushing it to later this week.
Soon this important legislation will be passed into law.
One by one, the Democrats took the floor to demand the Senate first vote on the Cash Act, which the House has already passed. It would give $2,000 stimulus checks to millions of Americans.
We should not adjourn until the Senate holds a vote on both measures.
Several Senate Republicans have also voiced support for the increased payments, including Missouri Senator Josh Hawley, who tweeted, "We've got the votes, let's vote today." Meanwhile, President Trump returned to his South Florida golf club Tuesday. On Twitter, he railed against weak and tired Republican leadership on the defense bill, and he repeated his call for $2,000 stimulus checks. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The president will hold a rally in Georgia on Monday, one day ahead of the state's 2 runoff Senate races. The winners will determine the balance of power in the Senate. And the 2020 Gallup poll shows that Americans are likely to name President Donald Trump as most admired man and former First Lady Michelle Obama as most admired woman. President Trump edged out Barack Obama for the distinction this year with 18%. President Obama held the honor for 12 years straight, tied with President Dwight Eisenhower. Michelle Obama ranks the most admired woman for the 3rd year in a row. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris is second. And the TSA says it's nearly screened 1.3 million air travelers Sunday, the highest number since the pandemic hit. According to a TSA tweet, more than 1 million people have been screened at airports for 3 consecutive days. This despite warnings from health experts to stay home for the holidays to control the spread of COVID-19. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the government's leading infectious disease expert, says we may see yet another surge in cases after people travel for Christmas and New Year's gatherings. And if eating a healthier diet is one of your New Year's resolutions, then you're in luck. The USDA and Department of Health and Human Services has just released the newest dietary guidelines for Americans. The guidelines are broken down to every life stage, from infants and toddlers to older adults. Overall, people are advised to follow a healthy dietary pattern at every life stage. This includes a diet that primarily consists of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean meat, and poultry, seafood, and nuts. Also, added sugars, saturated fats, sodium, and alcohol should be limited. And New York City is gearing up for New Year's Eve with the annual confetti test today ahead of the New Year's celebration. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, New Year's Eve 2021 in Times Square will not be open to the public this year, but approximately 1.5 tons of confetti will be released on New Year's Eve and will include thousands of wishes from people who have submitted them on the mobile wishing wall app, or by sharing the New Year's wish on Twitter and Instagram using #ConfettiWish. And a big thanks to everyone who has joined us in helping the Great Plains Food Bank. If you haven't yet, there's still some time. We're still collecting until New Year's Eve. If you're willing to help, there are a number of items you can purchase and donate right from your phone to help people here at home. Download our free VNL News app, look for the virtual food drive, and click to donate. And coming up on Valley News Live at 4, New Year's Eve is just 2 days away, and the CDC has some tips to help you stay safe while you celebrate.
And a look at our Valley Skycam in South Fargo shows the snow-covered roadways on University and some slippery spots on I-94 as well. And we do expect those slippery roads to continue as the snowfall continues through this evening in the metro, and also does continue for our friends in Grand Forks for this evening. Of course, we'll break down that hour by hour for you next.